Hello, thanks for joining me today. I would like to share with you how I increased the value of my home without a contractor. Starting with the front door, I did not remove it because there were too many attachments, but I sanded it down with the number 36 grit sanding disc. Then I used Kills stain block to go over it so that it would prevent anything from bleeding through. I painted the door with white enamel because I wanted it to really stand out and shine. I used painter's tape for the inner square so that I could use the black enamel around the outer perimeter and give it a trim look, and it turned out just perfect. Now, after sanding the front door, I had learned my lesson. I decided to take the next two doors off the hinges and take them outside to sand them. That way it would eliminate so much dust buildup inside the house. I started out with the number 60 grit sanding disc because I really didn't think I was going to need anything lower. But to my surprise, I did. So I got the number 40 grit disc and I sand each door until all the stain and any of the imperfections were completely gone. My next goal was to get the door nice and smooth. For that, I used the number 80 grit sanding disc as well as the number 120 grit sanding disc until it was just right. Again, I used the Kills stain block first to prevent anything from bleeding through. Then I followed up with the white enamel to give it that shine. I did the same thing with the trim work that I would use on one of the doors as well. For the bedroom door, I wanted to create like a marble look. So I taped a nice rectangle in the center part of the door, and then I painted that with the black enamel. I took the yellow enamel and just dropped pieces of yellow enamel right in the center of the black, and then I just sort of spread them out, making various marks in various places. I did the same thing with the white enamel, not as much, but the same process, and that was just to give it a nice mixture. The next door I did was actually the first one that I completed, and I used the square crystal tiles. I also took a few of those tiles and dipped it in gold and silver glitter just to give it a different look. I purchased my gold and crystal doorknobs from Home Depot to bring the entire look together. Now, you all may have seen my glitter wall, where before there was a glitter wall, there was a 76-year-old male cubby that I wanted to completely remove and refurbish. So I took it from the wall. As you can see, it left a big scary looking hole. I replaced the wood on the inside of that cubby with brand new fresh wood. Then I followed up with my black marble looking contact paper to give it a pop. Now let's go back just a tad bit. So around each door there is door trim. I remove all the old door trim and I replace the door trim with brand new door trim. I use the white enamel paint to paint it so that it would stand out from the walls. I sand down the inside of the doorway to remove all the stain. Then I used the stain block by Kills and I used the glossy paint by Sherwin-Williams. So this wall, I painted black and yellow in preparation of a mirror that I made. If you haven't seen my video, changing how you see yourself, then watch that video and it will tell you exactly how I made this mirror. Before I get started on my stairs, in the event you like what you see. I purchased this off of Amazon. So if you go to Amazon, the app, or either the website and search AJ's wallpaper, you'll see very similar items. Okay, so I'm removing the contact paper from each step, and I'm getting ready to give my staircase a brand new look. As you can see, these steps have taken a beating. I've been running up and down them for 26 years, and somebody ran up and down them before I did. So I'm about to get started. I took the painter's tape and I put plastic all around to keep in the dust. Then I took my handheld sander and I sand each individual step one by one until all the stain was completely gone. I also sand down any dents, scratches, nips, anything. I wanted the surface to be completely smooth. In case you didn't know, I'm not an actual contractor, so some things were done out of order, some may say. But anyway, here I am patching up any holes, staples, cracks, dents, nips, tucks, whatever. I'm patching it up, and then I will go back and I will sand down the putty stuff once I'm done and once it has completely dried. Here I'm about to do my staircase. So back in the days in 46 when my house was built, I guess hardwood and brown paneling, that was the thing then. And they may have overdone it just a tad bit. So I'm going to change my staircase to all white. And again, you see the wallpaper, the contact paper on the steps. So like I said, I may have done a few things out of order, but I did get the job done. I went over with the kill stain block. Then I followed up with the white enamel to give it that shine that I wanted. And I did that probably 2 or 3 times just to make sure nothing bled through and that it was nice, shiny, and looked professional the way I wanted it to look. Now for the actual step themselves, I use stainable wood filler that, might I add, doesn't stain too well. Then I got my paint roller and I painted the face part of the step. I painted them white using the enamel as well, and the stain block again turned out fabulous. The ball on the tip of the staircase post was giving me crystal ball vibes, so I decided to make it match my glitter wall. I took the Mod Podge glue, the gold and silver glitter, and I glittered the ball. I decided to go with all white epoxy resin. First thing I did was dust my steps off. Then I got my measuring cup. I got my epoxy resin. I poured 1 cup of part A and 1 cup of part B. Then I did a few drops of white acrylic paint. I mixed it all together really well for about 3 minutes to make sure it was mixed properly. Then it was time to pour. If you're wondering why I have this spatula, well, I purchased it from the Dollar Tree and I bought it to use as a spreader. To my surprise, it did really well. Also, I purchased my paintbrush from Dollar Tree and I highly recommend you not go that route. It was really soft and it lost a lot of bristles. So for your paintbrush, you want to go to Home Depot or either Lowe's Hardware. 24 hours after that, I realized I missed a few air bubbles and I didn't want to have to deal with the hassle of trying to figure out how to remove them. So I sanded it down with the number 60 and 80 grit disc and I repainted over top of the epoxy with the white enamel, and it turned out fabulous. I decided to freestyle some artwork coming down the stairway because I didn't want a big empty white wall. Now this is a beautiful way to decorate your steps. It came in a pack of 13, self-adhesive, pre-cut, and ready to apply. The only thing is they didn't come in order, so it was like putting together a puzzle. But aside from that, I absolutely love it. Now my floors, I did sand them down a little lighter than I would normally go in order to have it two-tone. I stained the outer perimeter and left the center a natural color wood, and I went over it with the oil-based glossy polyurethane. If you have an older house and you have hardwood floors and they're the original, don't get rid of the original hardwood floors. From what I've been told, they are worth quite a bit of money, and they just don't make anything of the same quality as they did back some time ago. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, click on the notification bell so you won't miss out. Until next time, bye!